I'm Jason Rosado, founder and CEO of Givkwik, and I am originally from New York. And what brought me to what brought me to crowdsourcing? At Givkwik, we develop a platform for technology that brings a crowd together to engage in acts of philanthropy. So we like to say we crowdsource philanthropy and crowdfund foundation giving. What drew me to the crowd with respect to philanthropy is the image that still remains in my mind from back when I was a young boy living in the Bronx, and we had a treat of every once in a while getting to go to McDonald's. And I always think of the coin jar in front of the cash register at McDonald's in support of Ronald McDonald House. And that to me conveyed a transparent group crowd-based act of philanthropy. And from then on, have focused on building solutions around engaging the crowd and engaging in online philanthropy using mobile devices, using the internet, etc. What advice would I consider to someone considering using crowdsourcing? Certainly do your homework. Depending on how you attempt to engage the crowd, it's certainly a lot harder than one would think. Seek to align with partners, seek to create incentives associated with behaviors and performance from the crowd, so that the crowd continues to remain engaged in wanting to use your product or your service or support the task that you're expecting from them. If you're a potential client working with Givkwik, if you're a company, we are working with you to develop a crowdsourced campaign whereby you can post a grant of, let's say, $5,000, and that grant will feature one of 6 causes that your crowd can choose which of those 6 causes should receive your $5,000. So what we're doing is working with you to engage with nonprofits to negotiate a grant program and to distribute those funds all on your behalf. If you're that company, you get the benefit of our service for the cost of your tax-deductible philanthropy. If you're an individual and you've been engaged by that company to vote for a specific cause to receive $5,000, and you're so moved by that cause and the content and the story that you've consumed on our platform, you can also chip in your own funds and share that experience with your friends as well to raise even more money for that specific cause. A case that perfectly illustrates what we do is a small startup that worked with us. They posted a $500 grant, ran a 30-day campaign that featured 2 nonprofits. They took our technology in the form of a voting widget, put it on their website, and encouraged their fans and their friends to return to their website to not only browse their suite of services, but also to share in the act of giving and to help them decide which of those 2 nonprofits should receive that $500 at the close of the campaign. Over the course of 30 days, their website traffic spiked dramatically, and that proves to us that giving can be an incentive and a carrot and a new experience that can be shared with your customers and your employees. The moment that triggered Givkwik for me was many years ago, almost 10 years ago, sitting around drinking beers with a friend of mine, and I've always been a futurist, and so I thought in the future we'd be living in a world of impulse commerce, and you'd be able to walk down the street with a mobile device in your hand, and if you want the latest album from your favorite band, you can press a simple button and there you'd have it. And that idea quickly evolved to be impulse philanthropy, that same experience and that lack of friction and ease of use and convenience and choice should be made available to you as a consumer for giving. And so from then on, I couldn't let that idea go from my head. And I also had that notion of what I mentioned before, the coin jar in front of the cash register. And in working in banking, learning that we're building solutions for a cashless society, it prompted me to wonder what happens to those small value, spare change donations, the ones we give to the guy in the street corner, or the one we drop in a coin jar, when everything we're doing is paying with plastic or a mobile device, et cetera. So those two ideas came together. Crowdsourcing quarters is what I called it at the time, and impulse philanthropy, and has driven me to this very day. I think that what makes me smile about Givkwik is the level of engagement that we're creating, the opportunity for nonprofits to continue to serve their original mission rather than alter their mission for a large grant. Now, granted, we're still young and we're still moving the needle in terms of what we do, but when we sit down and talk to nonprofits and tell them what we're up to, their eyes widen, and they realize that this could be a real source of additional income for them. And so it doesn't mean that they have to bend over backwards for a $50,000 grant that alters their mission, but that they can keep serving their mission by working with us and promoting their profile on our platform. It could mean more supplemental income coming from places that they never could have reached because they don't have the resources to go after smaller value donations. They have to go after larger value donations, and that's the existing fundraising paradigm. We're trying to break that paradigm, break the 80-20 rule, and reach the masses, reach the 80% who can only give 20% of their income, or significantly less than 20% of their income. And that's what nonprofits have been forced to ignore for many years. So when they see that and hear what we're trying to do, and encourage us to keep moving forward, and our friends and family who love our idea and keep encouraging us to move forward through support of our Indiegogo campaign, or by signing up or sharing news of what we're doing, that keeps me going, that keeps me up at night and wakes me up in the morning.